Hey everyone, welcome. It's Marianne with Akashic Inspire, and this is the grand event, the Lakshmi, Wealth and Prosperity. So I'm just waiting for everyone to come on. Let's see, let me tell everybody on Twitter. I'm going to post it here so you guys can follow on Twitter, and I'm going to try, to put it on Periscope as well. Hi, Lisan. Welcome. Yay. And I'm also going to try, this is crazy, you guys. I'm going to try and Periscope this damn thing too. So let me see how I can get this to go. Maybe I can put it right there in front of me. Hey, Dia, is Dia on yet? I'm waiting for Dia, for Debbie, for Ron. Hopefully they can find it. And I'm going to post in my Facebook. And let's see if everybody can come on over. There we go. Publish. Okay. So sorry about the thing about the hey there. Let's see. Who is this? Lisan. Hey there. All right. So sorry about that, guys. It's just a little crazy. And so I'm so excited. Really, really am. We're very excited about being here and joining in. And I'm going to try and Periscope it at the same time. Oh, I saw that. I saw Lisan. Oh, where you got all those digits from, but that's okay. That's a good thing. So I'm really excited because I want to talk about, hey, Diana, welcome. Thanks for finding. I hope it, oh, there's Dia. Yay. Okay, we got somebody else coming in. Now she's going to come in. Hopefully, Debbie will be coming in. Hey, Kevin, thanks for joining. Hi, girl.
Hey.
How you doing? I can hear you fine.
Okay. Because this is not letting me turn the volume up. Oh, there you go.
Cool. Well, hey, Kevin, thanks. I see you're a DJ, so thanks for coming by and joining our Wealth and Prosperity, Lakshmi Wealth and Prosperity Awakening. I know it's like a mouthful, but it's like all kinds of good stuff. Oh, there's Ron. Okay, Ron, got you in. Yay. Oh, wow. I love this. This is so much better than Google Hangout. It's so much easier. Thank the Jesus. There he is. Yay, Ron.
Yay! Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you fine.
Okay, awesome. Because I got this fun, we actually found this fun little headset and we didn't know if it was going to work because, you know, like this laptop is super old and, you know, it doesn't have very good sound quality. You know, whenever we do the Skype calls, you know, you guys have a hard time hearing me.
I know. Perfect. That's perfect. Lisan, if you can't be on too long, there will be, you can come back to Blab, and I'm going to try and download it to YouTube also afterwards. So we are recording it so that you can watch it on replays. I'm going to try and scope at the same time. Do you think that's too much?
That's actually a good idea. I should probably try to do it too.
All right, here we go. All right, for all my replay viewers and my Periscope, we're on actually live on Blab, okay? So this is going to be lots of fun. It's going to be lots of crazy right now, but I know what you're seeing is my computer, so I'm going to try and focus this a little bit better so you guys could see all of us and be able to share in our Blab. Since we have lots of scopers that watch us. Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining. Yay, Kathy Hall's in the house. And I think Debbie, you know, she's super technically challenged. So she finds her way. I think she was having to scope for something for a little bit, but I don't know. Well, let's hope she can find it. I gave her the link. Let's hope she can get in.
I know she was having issues with her computer. She said she was going to try to do it with the phone.
I know she keeps getting knocked out.
Oh, there she go. I see her.
Oh, she jump in?
Yeah, at the top you can see the little circle. She got here. I don't know if how her technically on her side she
I
is.
see her. Yeah, I see her at the top of the screen. This is so crazy.
I know. This is like scoping and this and that. And this morning I was, oh my God, you guys, the church is having a festival, a carnival. And so they let all the kids from the school go in the morning. So we were at like carnival heaven this morning with 50 million children running around. So I just grabbed all that energy. I go, my energy. I was like, okay, don't let it go drive you crazy, girl. Just go with the flow and soak up the energy of all these kids. And they were having so much fun. So I'm like, okay, so I think I'm like sweating already.
I am starving, so I'm sitting here snacking. Well, sorry, y'all, eating chips. I'm hungry.
That's all right. That's all right. It's the energy. It's what happens when you have so much energy.
What do you want, baby?
So for my scopers, we're on Blab, and we're going to be talking about manifesting stuff and all kinds of things. So I did want to let everybody who's watching, I have a lot of stuff on my website for people, like tools, books, declarations, affirmations, videos, all on manifestation. Okay. I have wonderful PDF free downloads. So if you go to my free download, and my website is akashicinspirations.com, and I'll put it here in the comments so everybody can get it. And so that you can go there and be able to download their free books. They're public domain because these writers were, wrote in like the 30s and 40s. So we've got people like Napoleon Hill, Joseph Murphy. Debbie's sending a voice message to group. I can't even look at it. I don't even know. Maybe Ron, you can check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
All right. She's probably saying, I can't get on. And Florence Scoville Shin, which I have a couple of declarations. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about how you actually can make declarations. Like, what's the best way? Like, there's a certain way that you need to ask for your things to come in. It can't be like wishy-washy, like, oh, well, I would like to have lots of money. It just doesn't work that way. You have to be clear, you have to be specific, and you have to say things in a certain really positive manner to be able to manifest. Otherwise, any old trash can come in if you don't say exactly what you're looking for. It's like going to a restaurant and say, oh, I don't know, give me a pasta. Well, do you want spaghetti? Do you want penne pasta? Do you want meatballs? Like, what do you want with it? It's just like telling them you want something, but not giving them the order, like not giving them the specifics. So one of the things I just wanted to read quick, and then we can go on with maybe opening it up to some questions and stuff like that. So it says, of course, now I can't find it. It says that when we do declarations, not to limit yourself. There's like certain little rules, and this is from, it's called The Game of Life by Florence Scoville Shin. And she talks about, let me give you a really good declaration. I was just looking at it right now. All right. Let's say for the right work, let's say you're looking for a job, right? Mm-hmm. And so she says, I have a perfect work in a perfect way. I give a perfect service for perfect pay. I'm like, wow, it's like so simple. It's kind of sing-songy, and yet there is power within your words. And I think that's one of the basic things, is knowing that your word is so powerful. And it's kind of showing the people here on Scope. I'm sorry, I went off of Scope. There we go. Doesn't matter. It's on my website. You guys can check it out. The PDF. But this is a lot of fun. So I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you to Dia for her amazing, one of the extras that our participants got was 2 absolutely fantastic meditations. One for the full moon that happened towards the end of October, and the one for yesterday for the new moon, bringing down into manifestation all the things we want. I know that a couple of people said that they were tingling from the get-go. I know that it just relaxed me so completely. I actually had to listen to it 3 times. Oh my gosh, here's Debbie. I had to listen to it 3 times so I could just hear the whole thing, because I would just go off into my la land, which I'm known to do, and not actually hear it. But I know it was working. I know the energy was working.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
it's a miracle.
Yeah, girl. All right, guys. So we're on scope. We got
right, let me see if I can raise this up. I haven't been on this computer in a while, so I'm gonna raise up the volume.
I gotta get water. I just realized I left my water.
Well, I mean, another thing that I think we can go over, just from, a standpoint of words is, like you were saying, your words are power. And when you speak your words in a positive way, it gives them a positive vibration. And when it gives them a positive vibration, it's able to manifest more quickly. Like, it's actually able to come in. Because if you start just saying things and you're in a negative vibration, those things that you want are not going to come in the way that you would really like them to. And when, that happens, then we say, well, our declarations didn't work or our manifestations didn't work. Well, no, they did work. What didn't work was the way that you stated them. So like Marianne was saying, be very careful about how, basically, when you ask for something, be very careful about how you word it and the vibration that you're in to bring it into manifestation.
Absolutely. You can't be in the negative nanny, like boo-hoo mode and expect to create something, wonderful. I mean, the problem and the solution have 2 different vibrations. So the same thing is true with manifesting. Your sense of, oh, I don't have it, and the sense of knowing it's in your vibration to be able to be brought down. What Florence Scovel Shinn says is that your words, what they do is they bring it from the vibratory, let's say, sphere or plane and bring it into the physical reality. So that's how powerful your word can be. And she, just taught that her whole life of how to do that. So.
Right. And another thing that is really powerful is, kind of what to work with when you want to start manifesting. When I first started trying to manifest things, it was not coming. Like, I did not understand, what was happening. I'm like, why can't I get any of this? Why, I'm saying the declarations, I'm saying this, I'm saying that, but nothing's coming in. Like, what's blocking it? And that's a lot of things people have to look for. You may say you want this one specific thing, but you're really blocking it from yourself because you have a belief inside of you that says, I don't want this. And so that's what we all have to be super careful with, is when you're manifesting, make sure this is something that you really do want. And if you think you may have a block to it, then go ahead and, do a little belief searching. Go inside and say, okay, what are my beliefs on this? What are my beliefs on that? And that's something else that can really start to clear up the channels for your manifestation, is if you start looking at your subconscious beliefs on, what you believe you deserve, what you believe can come to you. That's very, very powerful, is your belief. And I'm actually learning a lot about that through Oprah and Deepak Chopra's 21-day meditation. It's so powerful because you never really know about your beliefs until you actually sit down and look at them.
Listen, for some of them that are on Periscope trying to get into the blab, you can go to my Facebook page, Akashic Inspiration, and there's a link there. You could just tap on that link and it'll take you to the page. It's not blab.im.
Wait, okay, I'm gonna jump on your blab so I can type it into the comments.
Okay, cool. So it's blab.im/Akashic Inspirations. So we're just multitasking here and doing scoping.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get on. Dia, how are you going live on? How are you holding your camera still for your scope? Are you scoping right now?
Top of a stack of books. Oh, I'm not on scope right now. I'm on the computer, but the camera's sitting on top of a stack of books.
That sounds good. I'm gonna try to figure that out.
Yeah, so we got some people
coming. Anyway,
so for those coming in the scope, we're actually blabbing, and we have Dia from Maurice Oasis. We've got Deb from Intuitive Deborah, known as Glammy Witch. We have Ron from Simply Intuitive, and yours truly from Akashic Inspire. So this is really cool, and we're talking about our manifestation and our words and how important they are. So I wanted to kind of set the tone. I brought out, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is the Oracle of Eve. Now, this is Pam Grout, right? And she, and Colette Baron Reed, believe it or not. So this is really cool. I didn't realize that they had paired up and that they knew each other. So apparently they're like best buddies. Of course, it's by Hay House. So, so they work together to write these oracle cards. They're very simple. You know what they remind me of, Dia? Your astrology cards. Those oracle cards that you have that are based on the planets and stuff like that in the astrology. They're real simple, but they give like really profound messages. So it's really cool. So let's see. Want to get a message for the whole group for today. And
then after that, I'll do the 6 Steps to Wealth by Napoleon Hill. I'm just gonna.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I'm gonna go live in a second here, real quick. I'm gonna do two scopes. I'm gonna do one real quick for Perry Girls, and then I'll record us. So I'll be right back.
All right. So number 40 with Jackpot. Like, how fabulous is that?
Oh wow!
Oh, look,
money.
Like all kinds of energy thing going on. And so let me read a little bit what it says about Jackpot. I mean, I can only assume it's you've hit the jackpot, you know. So it says, do you see dollar signs? Woo, yes, dollar signs, dollar signs. That's actually a good thing. It says they're circling around you like a veritable cyclone. How fabulous. Oh, that's a great imagery. Everything in your aura is pointing to material gain. Do you want to manifest a new house, more love, a better job, a new life, maybe a bigger pocketbook, maybe Gucci? Bingo. Might be wise to make some room. So I think that's really cool. So it's about decluttering, which I'm going to be doing later. We'll just go think about it. You need to jump over. Debbie's got, 4 kids at home, guys. So we can be generous with her, right? And the dog.
And my dog. Those are my dogs barking. Sorry.
Oh no, I muted Debbie so that way we could, because you can hear her. So I muted her until she gets back to the screen.
Very good. Well, if you look in her background, she's got the candle ceremony going on back there on her altar. So, and Debbie's candle ceremonies, guys, are off the chain. I know she'll probably be showing maybe in the scope or something later, so that each of you who have joined our event can see your particular candle, your symbol, and then see how it goes for you. And she'll give you updates and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. So, hey, thanks for all of the new people that are joining into the Blab and on Scope. So, Angel Speakers, why does Blab freeze? Oh, wow, I didn't realize it was freezing. So,
it has something to do with the internet connection. She might want to check her internet connection because it takes a lot of internet to have 4 screens going at one time.
Right.
So at times it will. So at times it will freeze depending on the internet connection. Because mine's do it too.
Well, I do have people actually watching on Scope. So I've got Dawn on Scope, Charlie, and Manisha. So thanks for the heart, you guys. And they're watching on Scope. So if you're having trouble now on Blab, switch over to the Periscope and you'll be able to watch it through the Scope. And
yeah, let me see. I might see if I can scope. So I don't know if I can.
Oh, Christine jumped on.
Oh, cool.
Oh, hey, Christine.
Hey, Sprinkles and Booze. Hi.
Hey, Sprinkles and Booze. Hey, Boo.
Hey, okay.
Oh,
Crazy.
Thanks for the Miss.
And I got Crazy Mama on Scope. So this is fun. This is really fun, you guys. You know what? Thanks for the applause, you guys. Oh, I'm glad you could give applause. Like, look, like if you clap your hands, yay, I'm clapping for you guys.
Yay!
So thanks for clapping.
Right, here we go. And we'll give some to Debbie.
And you can also, I think you can also, oh, this is great numbers, guys. We have 22 people and 11 people actually here within the chat with us. Isn't that cool?
Oh, Sprinkles and Booze, I think she might want to jump on.
Oh, well, we have to then get somebody to jump off so they can jump on because I think you can only get 4 people.
I don't know if it's owned by Twitter, but I know Blab is connected to Twitter. You can definitely do your own Blab through your Twitter account.
Oh, Sprinkles! All right, girlfriend. Damn, you are fast.
Well, she's like, I don't want to jump on.
Well, I just did that.
Oh, she just wants to watch.
Holy cow!
Oh wow!
I said we were on Blab, and she must have jumped. Oh my goodness! Oh, she wants to Blab. All right, so you know what? I'll jump off, and then.
Oh no! She doesn't want to jump on.
No, she said no.
Oh really? Oh, you should come on. I know you got listen. You got a fiery personality, girl. You should get on here. All right, cool. So I'm just gonna scope then from live. Oh, so where are we at? I'm sorry, guys.
Nothing. Tell us. When you got up, I was able to show them the candles for your candle ceremony behind you.
Oh yeah. Well, let me see how close I can get. Let me see how close I can get because this computer will not work without the cord. So. Hold on, guys. Hey, Charlie! Oh my God, Charlie, you made it! Oh my God! Oh yay! I'm so excited. Hi, Charlie. Oh my gosh, you guys! I can't believe it. It's awesome. All right, well, I got a scope too because we'll get more people in here. All right, guys. So basically, what I am going to show you is that we had an event for helping people connect with their prosperity and abundance. So one of the things I do is I do a candle ceremony, and each person, you're starving. I'm starving too.
Yes.
Everyone's hungry.
I don't think I've eaten today. I think I've had coffee, and that's it. I've had some coffee. I'm hungry. My stomach's rumbling. I'm like, oh, you gotta wait. All right. So, okay. So what I do is I infuse a candle with a lot of energy, and this is their symbol. Hey, Diana! Yay! Oh my God, this is awesome. I'm loving this. Okay, so Diana, I'm gonna show you guys your candles, okay, for your ceremony, for your prosperity and wealth ceremony. So, all right, I have a bulky laptop. This is not my phone, okay, guys? So it's maybe a little awkward. I want to see how close I can get here.
And thanks for my, thanks Gabby for coming in. Thanks for my scopers that are watching us on Scope. Oh, look, and here's Debbie's. I wonder if I could make this bigger.
So what I'll do is I'm going to set this down and I'll bring some of the candles forward. Okay. So let's see if we can do this.
The link is blab.im /Akashic Inspire for those on Scope. And
so these are the symbols these are all, none of these are Zebu symbols. These are all symbols that I channeled.
Yeah, you're not going to find these symbols anywhere else. I mean, these
from mind, unless I'm tapping into some stuff that's, that other people have channeled. So.
Well, we're Gabby, we're doing a blab with 4 of us, so I thought I would scope it so that we would have it so people could watch on Scope since we have lots of scopers. So thanks for coming by.
This is a koi fish. So this is the drawing actually came out a lot better, but there's bubbles here, and each bubble is the bubbles, the orbs, Ron, that you were talking about. Each person, the bubbles of prosperity. So
right,
guys, we gotta give her applause.
They're not hearts, but thank you for the applause. This one was so big, I had to do it sideways because it was so long. I had to do it sideways.
Oh my God, girl!
It was too big. I couldn't do it small. It wouldn't do it justice.
Oh, that one's nice. Oh, they're also, I love it. They're also unique. So different.
Yeah, they're all unique. None of them are the same. None of them are even close to being the same.
Right.
This S you'll see a lot of places, but I am always drawn to drawing the S's for some reason, that, or whatever you want to call that. This is one of my favorites because it's so unique.
Oh, look, one of our viewers jumped on because he saw the Lakshmi. So Homeboy said that he creates an oil that he uses.
Oh, a money oil? Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Well, I'm asking him what kind of oil he does use. I'm like, well, what does he put inside his oils? Because, you know, with manifesting and, you know, candle work and all this, you know, all it is, and, you know, Dia can explain even better, is it's just mind magic. And I love that term that she uses, because basically you're just getting your mind right.
Exactly.
And once you get your mind right, that's when you start to move forward. That's when you start to manifest. That's when you start to have your flow come in. Oh, and so he uses lotus.
Camphor. Camphor is one of my favorite herbs. I love camphor.
Are you serious? It reminds me of my grandmother.
It does, but you know what? It reminds me of Vicks. But you know what? It's so strong. I don't know. I just love it. I'm gonna write out our blab address and then scope it.
It is so strong. You are so right. That stuff is super strong. That camphor, I used it one time, and my candle was amazing. I got what I wanted.
One of our scopers actually works for Nivea and creates soaps. So, Fang, what would you say is the best ingredient that you love that it was within that soap? Like, what is the one that you particularly is your favorite? If you can let me know, and then I can share it with the people on Blab. I love it because we're getting all these really interesting.
Right? I'm loving it. You only use a little. Okay.
For soaps, for me, I love jasmine and mint for my soap. I love it.
All right, guys, let's see those hands. We want to see hands. I hate that they have hands on here. Hearts are so much.
Oh, it's not hands.
Right there. Let's go.
There you go.
Yay! Your guys' hands, but it's not letting me look. Wait.
Yeah.
There's Diaz. there's Ron's. There's Mary. hit those hands up there. All right, so I'm gonna real quick, I'm gonna see if we can scope from here, get more people. I mean, that was a quick scope, and a lot of people jumped over. So
to kind of get back into our groove of because we really want to show you guys how easy.
And if you want to join the tribe, it's tribeform.paradise, right? I think I did it right.
Okay.
Oh, I love you too.
Okay, so our scoper, Gabby, is saying that her fave is called Serenity. I love that name.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm gonna have to look that up. That sounds good. Well, we're just plugging you away, you guys. You know what? I really
right.
Well, but it's okay, because that's one of the other things that people don't really understand. And it's a soap. She says, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna definitely look at it. Thanks a lot." Oh, Diana from Going Forward is on. Hey, Diana.
Wow.
Oh, yay!
Actually, but
maybe we can get her. Yeah, let's get her on the Blab.
So if you wanna, if you can head over to Blab. If not, then stay on Scope and you can watch the whole thing. Oh, she's giving us hearts. Thanks a lot for the hearts, Diana. So one of the things is when you see other people's good luck and good things coming into their life, and you're seeing that means you're in that vibration. Otherwise you wouldn't be seeing it. So you have to celebrate as if it were your own. Like, be glad for them. Like, oh my God, you won this prize. Woohoo, and really rejoice in it, because you can use that energy of being super happy for somebody winning something. And it helps you lift up and helps you get into the same vibration, folks. So when we look at somebody that has gotten, like, you know, when they always say keeping up with the Joneses and you're jealous of the guy next door because he got a new car, you just put your new car like 3 blocks away from you, you know? Wow. And so it's about being in the vibration, being happy for that person, really being like as if it were your own, enjoying it, saying, oh my God, that is so fabulous. And being just as happy as if it were for you. And guess what? Oh, here's Diana. She jumped over. Hey, Dawn.
Yeah.
They just jumped over to Blab.
Oh, yay.
Oh, Diane says I'm on a roll today. Well, we're trying. We're just multitasking, having fun.
Yeah.
Borrowing their joy. Oh, I love that. So thanks, Livia. I can't even read. Okay. It's Live Your Balance says borrowing their joy. I like that idea. So it's about sharing the energy. So that's really cool. I like that a lot. And people, one time I wrote a blog on it and they just poo-pooed me to death. And I was like, what's the matter with you?
Oh my God.
Well, because a lot of people don't like to celebrate other, misery loves company. People love to be miserable together. So if those people came onto your blog and were poo-pooing it, because then they weren't in the right vibration to really help you and uplift you. You were trying to help them, but they weren't in the vibration to.
I was just so happy really for the person that got something that I wanted other people to share and like, wow, if they can, my whole point was, get it, so can you, and they weren't getting that. They didn't get the point. And I was like, oh, that's too bad. Too bad for you guys,
Right?
It goes to show you how people think that the universe doesn't have enough for everybody to get something. And that's poo-poo on the he says. Yeah, exactly.
That comes right back to your belief. You really don't know what you actually believe until you're tested on it. So a lot of times people say prosperity, but when it comes time to actually being tested on what they find prosperous, or if they truly find prosperity in their life, they really don't believe it. Because, if you have a roof over your head, if you have food in your refrigerator, you are prosperous, because those are the basic things: shelter, food, and clothing. If you have those, you don't have to have excess of it. But if you have, 1 or 2 outfits that you can switch up, peanut butter and jelly, you may not have extra money, but your lights is on. Even if your lights are not on, you have a roof over your head, so you're covered from the elements. Then you are prosperous. Once you start seeing it that way, that's
live. Hi.
That's how it works. That's also how it
blabbing live. You can't get on. Why not?
Yes, exactly. Focus on what you have. Yes, oh boy. Focus on what you have, and then it grows from there. It has to start from within, and then it goes outside. And then also, what I was talking about earlier with my man, no matter what you do, whether you use oils, candles,
Mom's inviting people,
whatever it is that you're using, it all starts in the mind first. And a lot of people always wonder, well, I did this ritual, or I did this spell, or I did this chant and it didn't work. That's because your mind wasn't in the right mindset for it to work. Because it all starts there, and then everything else is symbolization.
You know what? You may have to use Google Chrome.
It's your thoughts crystallize. So when you crystallize your thoughts, that just makes the attraction faster and more faster and more.
I had to
the word I'm thinking of. But basically, that's what it does with your thoughts. When you use candles, when you use herbs and oils, all that does is crystallize your thought and it manifests the world. So there's something else to attract. So it makes the attraction heavier. It makes it more weight. So things will start attracting to you faster.
Oh, I like that.
You can do it on your iPad, because I'm doing it on my phone.
Yeah, when people are not in the right mindset, there's nothing you can do that's going to work if you're not in the right mindset. And this is also where chants and stuff come in. This is also where meditations come in. Because if you're not in the right mindset, but you keep telling yourself these things, eventually your mind is going to have to match what you say. If you're not in the right mindset, but you keep doing these candles, you keep doing these rituals, you keep joining different events and stuff, eventually your vibration is going to have to match your actions. So those are the purpose for all these different things. You can either start with your mind first. Thank you, baby. Start with your mind first, which is the greatest asset that you have. But sometimes you need to see it before. So a lot of people need to see it before they can really think it. No. And that's what candles are for. That's what the events are for. That's what you know, ceremonies are for. That's what herbs are for. It's to put you in that vibration. It gives you a visual aid so that your mind has something to look at. So when your mind starts thinking, oh, this can't happen, you go back to, oh no, I do it this way, so it has to work. Oh no, I did this to candles and I knew this candle went well, so it has to work. Oh no, I'm doing these chants, so these chants, it has to work. There's no other choice but to work because I put this energy into this. So that's really what it's all about.
Wow.
And that's so true. That was amazing.
Powerful girl. You go. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that goes with a channeling that I got this morning about faith, about, you know, what people go through these leaps of faith all the time. People have to take leaps of faith. And people have tests of faith. And so really a test of faith is really an opportunity for you to either ask for the help or be ready to receive. And I mean, that was the basic message that I got about faith this morning. And I'm just going to read a little excerpt because I said it a lot better in my channeling than I can, you know, just trying to reverbalize it. But it says, a test of faith. We all go through them. We all have had them at points in our lives. And we have to let go and flow. That's what this is an opportunity to do. The hardest test that we can go through is a test of faith. But it's not a test. It's more an opportunity that helps us to grow and to expand at the highest level possible. We all have to do that. We all have to be there. We all have to try. And so that's why we have these tests of faith, because it's just opportunities for us to grow, and we just have to see them as opportunities to grow instead of, oh my gosh, this is a terrible test. How am I going to get past this? I mean, my quick example is our mortgage was due. We did not have enough money. There was no way we were going to have enough money. But, you know, I finally just said, angels, take it, because I can't do this. I can't do it anymore. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it, and I give up. So what ended up happening was we called our mortgage company. We're like, we can give you like $600. That's all we can give you out of the $1,200. And you know what they said? Okay, that's fine. You've paid us for the last 2 years on time. So, you know, this partial payment will be fine. You know, just as long as you pay us by this time, it'll be okay. And guess what? It was okay. Same thing with our cell phones. They wanted a specific amount of money. I said, I don't have that money. Angels, I don't know what to do. And it was giving it away. You have to be able to let go and allow the universe in to assist you. And that's where sometimes our mind gets us in trouble, is we don't let it go. We keep it locked in there. We're like, oh yeah, I totally let that go. And we all know that is a bunch of BS. You did not let it go. You just pushed it to the back of your head. What you have to do is you really have to let it go. You have to just say, you know, guides, angels, God, ascended masters, whoever you want to say, let it go, you want to give it to, then give it to that entity, that person, that archetype, that idea, give it to them, and then say, okay, handle it. And really all the archetypes, the angels, the guides, the ascended masters, all those are archetypal energies that the universe can come through for you.
Yay,
exactly.
Yay, Christine made it, because she was messaging me before. She was having a hard time getting on. So yay, Christine, I'm glad you made it.
Well,
the main thing I'm going to add,
one of our
go ahead, Mary.
Hold on a second. One of our scopers was saying that she asked also for help from her guides and angels, and like 5 minutes later, she got $100. So it, you know,
wow.
so when you surrender, because what Ron was talking about, letting go, it's a process of surrendering. It doesn't mean that you forgot everything and say, okay, it doesn't have any, I'm just going to ignore it. It doesn't mean ignoring. It means surrendering it to your faith. And surrender is hard. Absolutely. It's a difficult concept for us to grasp, is surrender, because we see surrender as losing all control. But do you really have control? If you can't pay that bill, do you really have control? No. So what are you surrendering? You're surrendering your fear. You're surrendering your sense of lack. You're surrendering your desperation. You're surrendering your sense of, I can't do this alone. And that's the whole point, is to surrender it and give it to the universe, who can do all things in any manner, expected and unexpected. And when you're in desperation, which is usually like the bottom of the barrel, right? You've hit rock bottom when you're desperate, and either take you down the path of doing something you really know you should not do, or it leads you to the path of, okay, I have to have faith that I'm going to be taken care of, that the universe put me here and loves me because I'm just me, and give me a hand and help me out, right? Yes, it can be elusive. I agree. It was elusive for me as well. One of the commenters are saying that it was elusive for her. And yeah, it's I guess you just get to that point where you don't know what to do, and you go, that's it. I give it to my angels. I go, okay, I'm done. I don't know what to do. It's all yours.
I say find your power emotion. Everybody has that one emotion that is their like spiritual power source. For some people, it's getting angry, like me. For some people, it's crying. For some people, it's just like feeling down in the dumps. But when they get there, something clicks in them where it's like, oh no, we're not going to take this anymore. Find that power emotion and click it from the negative to the positive. Like with me, a very recent situation happened that my husband was out. He had hurt himself, so he was out of work without pay for a week. And then when he went back, he ended up getting suspended without pay for 3 days over something totally stupid. I got totally pissed off and was like, no, we're not doing this. This is not about to happen. So I tapped into my spiritual power source. And for me, some people work with their angels. You have to know your energy. For me, I don't work with them. I tell them this is what's going to go down. This is what's going to go happen. But you have to find your own energy and find how you tap into that source. And then with that, I was able to tap into the energy. And all our bills was paid. All our bills was paid last month. They're paid this month, and it's already the 13th. We got the rest of the month to start working on other stuff. But find your power emotion. For everybody, power emotion is different. Some people, when they get in situations, they start laughing. And other people are like, what are you laughing at? This isn't funny. That may be their power emotion. Some people, it's tears where they have to cry through it. They have to release it. And then after they cry through it, they start telling themselves, no, I can't believe this. No, I don't accept this. I do not accept this. This is not how it's going to be. When you find that power emotion, when you tap into that emotion, you can start speaking words of power, and those words of power are the most strongest words of power you will ever say, because it has that emotional attachment to it, it has that vibration to it, and therefore the universe has to look at that vibration coming out and take notice and do something about it. So I say tap into your vibration. And also when you're working on wealth, work, or prosperity, the quickest way and the easiest way, and for me is the only way to actually build that, is to start small and then go big. And the reason why I say start small is because it helps build that energy, that connection. It turns that faith or that idea in your brain into knowledge. And then from that knowledge, it can go into wisdom. And once it turns into wisdom, then it's automatically locked into your subconscious, and nothing can take that out of there. So start small. If you're looking to make a whole bunch of money, start with trying to make $5. And I know that seems very minimal, but it's something you can make. So therefore, it builds that energy. So you can make $5. So you set a goal for $5. Then you set a goal for maybe 20. Then you set a goal for maybe 50. Because if you make 20, you can make 50. That's only a $30 difference. So once you make that 50, set a goal for maybe 75 or 100. Start small and then keep adding on and adding on. And you set the time frame that you want to add on. It could be, start 5 Monday, and then Friday you went 10. Excuse me. But you set the time frame, and once you get the amount, set a new amount. One of the things that I do that I've been telling everybody about is the magical cash book. And it's basically just making a book, consecrating it basically to your wealth, be it a deity, your higher self, you, or whatever. Consecrate that and write that amount that you want in it over and over again until you get it. And when I mean over and over again, you write it for that day. Don't think about it the rest of the day. The next morning, you write the same amount. Don't think about it the rest of the day, and keep doing it. And it really does work. And this helps build your your connection with understanding that the universe will take care of you. The universe takes care of its own. Always has, always will. When you look at nature, nature doesn't neglect anything. Nature takes care of its own. If something needs to go away, nature makes sure it goes away. If something needs to grow, nature finds a way to make it grow. And nature finds a way to make it grow in its own time, so it will not only be prosperous to itself, but it'll be prosperous to nature and everybody else as a whole. It's the same with us. The universe takes care of us. It's our mindset that blocks it. It's like when you're thinking negative, you're putting up this whole guarded electrical fence that every time something's trying to get in it, it's getting zapped away. It's getting zapped away. So when you start small, that fence, those defenses get broken down, because now you can see that, okay, I made $5. Okay, so if I made $5, maybe 10 is possible. So now you have faith in $10. Okay, now you make that faith in $10. That faith in $10 now has become knowledge, which now has become wisdom. You know you can make $10. So let's try for 20 or 30. And then you keep building up and building up and building up and building up. And as you build up, you'll notice that as you look back, you'll never say, oh, I'm going to go for $10 and you're going to go look back and go, oh, wait, I've already made 1,000. So 1,000 is my minimum. You know, I've made 500, so now 500 is my minimum. And that sets the prosperous tone, that sets the levels and vibrations for your prosperity, you know, just to go up and up and up and keep coming, because now you have that wisdom. Once you have that wisdom inside you, that fear is gone. Once that fear is gone, that negativity cannot come back unless fear comes back. So that's one of the things you want to always, you know, pay attention to, and that's a good way to start. And always start with your power emotion.
Well, it's funny because I watch, you know, when I first jumped on Periscope, I was watching all the business women. That's all I was interested in watching. And there's a gal there called Amber Aziza, and she's, you know, makes a 7-figure income by being a coach to other people. And her philosophy from the day that she started her business was that if you can make $1, then you can make $1 million. And that
exactly.
her belief, she believes if I can make $1, I can make $1 million. And she's sold 3 companies already.
Wow. And something I want to add to that. Oh, it's so echoey. But what I want to add to that is, you know, when you find $1 on the floor, an affirmation or something that you can say is, how does it get any better than this? And so what you're doing with that
easy world. Love it.
Yes, exactly. You are just, you know, and something that I can't remember the guy, but I had literally watched a video on it, and this guy goes, you know, all I say is, how does it get any better than this? So he found a penny. How does it get any better than this? Then he found $1. Then he said, how does it get any better than this? After he said that, then what happened was he got out of a taxi and he found like a diamond ring. So he just kept on saying, how does it get any better? How does it get any better? When you're telling yourself, or when you're asking the universe, how does it get any better? You're putting yourself in a vibration where you're saying, okay, how can you make it better? Instead of, you know, people love to say, how does it get any worse? People love, love, love to say that. Oh, how can it get any worse? Well, then the universe will show you, here's how it can get worse. But what we want to do is we want to be open to that receiving of, how does it get any better than this? Because the universe will always supply for you. It will.
Yes, it will.
I'm trying to tell them to give Marion hands.
I know. I see you guys. You're like, woo, woo, woo.
We're just having so much fun. I mean, they're talking about us being the Brady Bunch. So that is just the most craziest thing. We're just, you know what? But this is also this vibration of laughter and fun. If you want to raise your vibrations, all you have to do is start laughing.
Okay, I'm trying. How do I? For some reason, how do I answer somebody's?
Okay, you see the little air. Okay, point with your mouse over the person's comment. You see the little arrow. There's a star and an arrow.
Yeah, I just see a star. I don't see an arrow.
The arrow next to it, and then you click the little arrow, and that lets you reply to the message.
Put the mouse over top of the comment and highlight it. And then
for some reason, I don't have the arrow, so I want to answer everybody, but I can't. But I just want to say I'm so glad that Kathy Hall made it. Yes, girlfriend. I'm glad you made it, Diana. You are hilarious. You need to jump on here. Do you want to jump on in the hot seat?
And I have
if we have questions.
I have to thank our scopers too, because we've got people on Periscope that are really saying how much.
No way! Oh, you're in your PJs. Let me tell you something. When I was getting tired of doing YouTube, that's how bad I was. I was actually like, when I got sick of doing my videos, I was on YouTube for almost for 3.5 years. I was getting so bad. I was starting to do them in my pajamas, in my robe. I mean, that's how tired I got of YouTube.
I think there's videos on my YouTube channel with you in the pink fuzzy robe.
Absolutely, yes. My pink. I still have that pink fuzzy robe. Oh, it's 8 a.m. there. Oh, good grief! No wonder you're in your pajamas. I'd be in my jammies too.
Thanks for getting
Kathy's like, what do you mean I'm on? She's like, girl, I was on here before you. I'm like, oh, excuse me. I'm like, okay. Oh, all right. So do you want to do it? I want to go over the 6 steps real quick.
Yeah, I don't think she likes to go barefoot. They're asking if you have matching slippers. I go, no, she goes barefoot.
Oh, I do, but I did have slippers. I did have slippers, and let me tell you, I wore those things to they were memory foam, and I wore them down so that they were like this thin. And then they were starting to get, they were getting holes in them. The fabric was starting to rip. Okay, so I know that Marion Hall, holy shit. Like, where am I? So I know that Marion used to talk to me, like she always used to mention like Napoleon Hill and all these people, and I'd be like, who the hell is that? Like, I don't even know. So then, I constantly kept hearing it, and finally my girlfriend gave me a ride the other day in the car, and this beat up book was in there. And what does it say? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I was like, oh my God, if I see this guy's name one more time. Hey, okay, all right, boy one. All right, see you later. So I finally decided to break down and read it. You bought that on Kindle. Good. Let me tell you, it's pretty interesting. All the famous people that are on there, Carnegie, because we have Carnegie Hall in New York.
Rockefellers,
Rockefeller, Ford, Barnes from Barnes and Noble. I think there was somebody else, another car person, and I was just like, wow, like all these famous people. So here's the 6 steps that he says worked for all of these people when he finally broke it down with all the research that he finally put all together in one book. So basically, how many years ago was this book written?
Oh my God!
I think it was
I think in like the 1920s, maybe.
Yeah, 70, 80 years ago. This guy, Napoleon Hill, was way ahead of the game. He was way ahead of his time. Okay, so basically, it's what we already know. I know we got 33 people, whoop, whoop, and 11 watching. Oh, and we didn't even talk about 11/13 and the 11/11 days. So we'll do that next.
Well, and I just want to tell everybody, I have the PDF on my free downloads on my website. So you can go to akashicinspirations.com, free downloads, and you can find the Think and Grow Rich book there, as well as several others. I mean, I just love the writers from the 20s, 30s, like the turn of the century. There was something in that period of time that
there was something going on.
That just was either, I think it was like the make or break. Even though we went into World War I and II, it was a make or break for the earth to either destroy itself or to be uplifted. And I think it was, a lot of it was really due to these writers that brought this knowledge into the earth and
it's basically everything that we know now, but it's just basically breaking it down in a different way. And so let me see if I can, we can't do, we can't do
No.
Snapshots, that sucks. Anyway, so the first thing that he says is know the exact, right? You can't remember, like, am I on Blab? Am I on Periscope, Facebook, YouTube? Holy cow, I can't remember it all. Okay, so the exact amount. Oh, the energy of money. Okay, that's who wrote that one.
While you're talking, I'm just going to show some books that I have that I love, so they can write down the title.
Energy of Money. I like that one by PhD. Okay, so first of all, you need to know the exact amount of money that you want. So I'm going to experiment. My amount of money is going to be $300. I want to have an additional $300 specifically coming in from my business, right? It says, what do you intend to give in return? So you need to know, like, you can't just say yes. You can't just say, oh, I want the money. Oh, I just want it. No, what he says is you have to make sure that you're providing a service, or you're giving a product, or you're doing something for that money. You can't just say in the way that they grow money. A lot of other people, there's a whole nother thing where you could just manifest it, whatever. But in his way of doing,
those are S's. I know it looks weird. Those are S's.
Establish a definite date. So you have to say to yourself, I want it by, so I want it 30 days from now. So I know that I want it in by December 13th, the spirit of intimacy. So I know that I want mine by December 13th. I want it in 30 days. Create a plan for carrying out your desire. So you can't just say, oh, I don't know, I'm going to do it somehow through my business. No, you have to know exactly what you're going to do in your business. And break it down to say, okay, I'm going to do this, this, and this in order to bring in the money. Okay, so that's the fourth thing. So then the fifth thing is write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money that you intend to acquire. Name the time limit. State what you intend to give in return, and describe clearly the plan of how you intend to acquire it or accumulate it. Then you need to read your statement 2 times a day out loud. And you have to say it out loud so that your subconscious mind can really start to absorb it and make it real for you. So I thought that was just, I don't know, it's just genius. And he was definitely ahead of his time. And that's just one of 6 things. I mean, the whole book has tips and things like that, but those were the most important. Practical spirituality. How funny your radio show.
Start to bring in is gratitude, and not so much. A lot of people think that just because you're grateful for something, that it's going to automatically just come. And so, but what you really want to start doing, or at least what I've started to learn doing, is I like to call them blessings, because when you call it a blessing, you're seeing the gift. And so that's what we really want to start doing. We want to start seeing the gifts that are being bestowed upon us all the time. The universe is constantly giving us exactly what we need when we need it. It's just a matter of tuning into that and putting yourself into that vibration. And that's what all of this really is vibration. It's getting yourself in a vibrational resonance with either what you want, or not only what you want, but also just, where you want to go with your life. Do you just want what Debbie was saying with, what was it? I don't even know. I'm losing my train of thought because I'm veering off in another direction, apparently.
Well, it's also because we're distracting. So.
You are. You're like, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, wait.
There you go.
I'm like, wait, what am I saying? Oh, that's right. So, what are you going to do with your money? Just because you have money doesn't mean anything. You can have all the money in the world. What are you going to do with that money? What is going to be your service? Are you going to give some to charity? Are you going to help someone out? What are you going to do that is going to be of service to others? Because that is what true wealth and abundance is for. It's not for you just to hoard. You can't hoard it to yourself, because in hoarding it to yourself,
it's about making a flow.
Exactly.
Money is a flow for it to you have to be in the flow of money, the flow of abundance, the flow of prosperity, the flow of your life. When they say be in the, get in the flow of the river of life, then, they're writing it down for their reading list. That's good. Awesome. So it's all about, the more you give, the more you receive. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And it's also about sharing. You have to, it's like clearing the energy from your house. If you have a bunch of clutter stuff in your house, you've got to clean it out and let the air flow in there, right? You want to, and that's really also very important when you want to let things in. If your house is like, if you're a hoarder and your house is like a hoarder house, there's nothing that's going to be able to come in. Not a relationship. If you have on the side of your bed where you don't sleep, and it's piled high to the rafters with stuff, well, how do you expect to have a person to, come into your life? And like, where are they going to be? Like, what space are they going to have? Do you just have pictures of single things? This is very feng shui, right? They tell you don't have pictures of single people. Have them in pairs, pairs of lovebirds, pairs of turtles, pairs of fish. Don't have one item because they feel that it's limiting, and drawing in just the one. And the other thing is, when, it's all so tied together, feng shui, decluttering your house, anything that is energy, and what you choose to have around you. If you don't love it, then why the hell do you have it? If you can't say, I love these cards, I just bought them, but I love them, then great. Keep them. If you can honestly say, well, they're okay. So why would you settle for okay when you can have fabulous? And that's the point, that we settle. We settle for things that are okay. Because why? Because either we don't think we're worth more, we don't think we can get more, we think we've reached our limit of the infinite possibilities of the universe, and we just say, okay, well, I just have to be happy with this little amount that I got, and not see yourself expanding into all other manner of stuff, right? So all of these things, all of this energy you think is not connected, but it's very much reflective of what you believe. So when you hoard something, you believe that if you let it go, you'll never get it back. If you're a hoarder and you hold on to things, you believe you're not going to be able to get anything else. And so that reflects directly in your bank account, because it's what you've chosen as a belief system for all of your life. So everything is a reflection of what you really truly believe. So,
well, and just to build upon that, a lot of times we do not think that we deserve a whole awful lot. That's what we're going to kind of get into now. Apparently, I'm just going to tell everyone that's what we're doing. So is deserving. So many of us do not think that we really deserve the best out of life. So many of us are like, oh, it's okay. I'll have this or I'll have that. And we don't allow ourselves to be open to what we really do deserve, because we deserve so much universe. And that's what you have to think of yourself. You are a Rockefeller. You are a Trump. You are the richest person in all the world, because if you were not meant to be here, then you wouldn't be here. The universe would not. Oh, you can't clap for us.
Oh, that's sad. I know sometimes it has weird limitations. She can't clap for me or Ron.
I'll clap for you.
And I was going to say, Ron, can we be a Kardashian? I want to be a Kardashian.
Of course, you could be a Kardashian. You can be whatever kind of famous person with lots of money you want to be. And see yourself as that, because in seeing yourself as that, then what can happen is you get yourself into a vibration of deserving, into a vibration of receiving, because that's where we really need to go. Like Marianne was saying, it's all about a flow. You have to be able to give. You have to be able to receive. And, so many of us have that block in our life to receiving. We don't want to receive. We think that we have to give. But that's not true at all. You can give and then you can receive. And the best way to start doing that is to receive a compliment. Take a compliment. I got one yesterday and I was going to resist it. I really was. I was like, and then I was like, you know what? No. I was like, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then you know what? Today I got 2 more compliments. I got one person who came into my room and said, oh my God, you have a legit classroom. I have 15 2-year-olds and 3 teachers. So they're like, oh my God, you actually have a classroom and you have such amazing energy. She goes, you keep all of them active and going. So that's a great compliment. Then I had the lady who actually came in and observed. She said, wow, I've never seen a guy in a daycare setting. Like I've never seen him as a lead teacher. Normally guys in daycares are the bus drivers or they're, something else. True. But, I'm a teacher and that's what I do. And so, take those compliments, give yourself the ability, give yourself the permission to take the compliment, because a lot of us don't give ourselves permission. And sorry, I'm not looking at the screen. When I start channeling and getting information, I look off to the side of the screen, or I just look off into space because I'm just receiving the information. So all that I'm saying is pretty much a channeled message. And channeling is nothing more than your higher self coming through to explain something that your third dimensional mind can't really understand. So
yeah, how many books do you have?
She has like a million.
Right? I'm writing her entire story here.
Where do you put all those books? Where do you put them all?
Over there, Dia.
Everywhere. Yes, my books are everywhere.
You should be a bajillionaire. Right? With all them damn books.
Winter at Sonnery. I actually deal with insomnia. I don't sleep much, so half the time when
where do you put all these books?
Yes,
they are everywhere. I have bookshelves and I have other shelves, and there's some in cabinets that should have clothes in it, but there are books in there, so they're everywhere.
Well, I'm just starting to get audio books and rent them from the library. My son told me about a book. He goes, Mom, I wish you were reading this book so we could talk about it. So I went right onto the Miami-Dade Public Library system. I've got the audio, and I'm all listening to it while I do bubble bath. I think it's called Heat by Bill Buford, and he is a chef, and he studied with Mario Batali. So, and he says that Mario Batali he calls him the Tuscan butcher who quotes Dante. So it sounds like my son's reading. My son's very, intellectual. So, he likes to.
Well, speaking of not intellectual, Kathy wants to know who was the librarian in the Brady Bunch. I don't remember the librarian.
I don't remember that. I know the housekeeper was Alice.
Wasn't it the middle girl?
She's just probably being sarcastic.
That's you, Jan. I said you were the middle girl. If I'm Marsha, you're Jan, and
how did I end up being Cindy?
Because you look like Cindy. I don't know. The little gachitos. I don't know how these.
She is being a smarty pants. Kathy says she's just being a smarty pants. Mm-hmm. Figures.
Well, I thought it was hilarious. That she's right. It was like, no, we're the Hollywood squares.
Right.
But I am not going to be Phyllis Diller. Sorry.
Oh Lord, I'm trying to remember some of the people on there.
I just slow date myself right there. Like they probably don't even know who Phyllis Diller is.
Oh yeah. They're totally like who that? No, yeah, that's just showing our age, basically.
Yeah, well, too bad. Well, Brady Bunch is showing our age. Come on, how much more?
So should we see if anybody wants to jump on? Does anybody want to jump on and have a hot seat?
A hot seat moment?
I do someone
has to be Charlie Weaver.
Charlie. You guys should jump on. It's fun.
Yes. I know exactly what he's talking about. The old guy with the mustache. I know what Charlie Weaver is. Oh, damn. I'm so old. I love it. I love that I have this knowledge. I love that I know you don't know.
Useless information.
Finally. Finally.
That's, you know what? And that's what helps with the Akashics.
I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, it's the funny part. What you think is useless is another man's treasure. But
not only that, but let me tell you, when you start building up, just knowing these little things, you never know what you could use it for. You never know what you're gonna need it for. So it's very cool.
You go, how do you know that? I don't know. I read it somewhere one day, sometime. Don't even ask me. All I know is I read it. But that's good enough for me. I read it sometime, somewhere in my life. So, but
I know what we should do. Let's see. All right. So if anybody gets on, they will get a 1-card reading from everybody. Okay. Come on, guys. Somebody's got to jump on. Come on. That's it. Let's go. Right?
So if you want to jump on, just put in the comments that you would like to jump on, and one of us will jump off, and you'll get a card reading either from, and you can request, of course.
Don't forget to do the 1113. Oh, yeah, right. Yes. It's
the 1331. It's like a flip of the numbers.
It is a bribe, Diana. I'm trying to bribe you. Is it working? Tell me if it's working, because this is what we'll do. Everybody will give you a card. Dia will give you a card. Mariam will give you a card, and Ron will give you a card. I've been trying to blow you up to get out and do some stuff. So yes, it's a bribe. I'll just be straight up. Okay.
Well, at least she's aware. At least she knows we're trying to bribe her.
I like that.
Would you love to come on, Charlie? Hey, Charlie wants to come on.
Okay.
All right. Let's see if we can do those. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'll bump off. I'm going to run and get Bella.
Wait. Glammy, wait, because he said but he's in his PJs.
What?
Okay.
That's okay.
He said he would love to, but he's in his PJs. There's nothing wrong with PJs. Now.
Listen, I've done YouTube videos that people have watched in my robe.
I mean, currently you're looking at my bra. Like, you're looking at me in the same top and a bra. What's wrong with PJs?
We're not... Okay? All right. So I'm going to jump off and let's do this. Oh, I like that kind of attitude. All right. I'm going to go get Bella a cupcake because I bribed her with a cupcake. So I'm going to get off.
Okay.
And let's see. Hopefully he'll be able to get on. Sometimes it's an issue getting people on depending on.
All right. Live your balance.
I had to wrap my boys with popcorn.
.im/Akashic Inspire so you can get on. You can come on.
I had to bribe my children with popcorn. That's why I left. I gave them a bowl of popcorn.
I was lucky. I left mine under Dad's. I have my weekend free. Woohoo! All right, let's party on.
Oh, let me go grab some cards. Hold on.
Fun cards.
That would be nice, right? We all sit here and no one has cards. Where are my cards?
I got cards. Hi. Hey, thanks for being a good sport.
Hey, Charlie. I'm gonna figure out which deck I'm gonna use.
Oh, I don't know if can you hear him? Check your mic. I don't know if we can hear you, Charlie. Let's see. All right. Well, I'm going to just show you because I just as you were getting on, so I started feeling the energy. So I pulled the Oracle of E for Charlie. And Charlie, you get the number 42 with magic carpet. So they're telling you you're going for a ride. You don't even have to. It's a free. It is one of magic and enchantment, and it says that you can ride it to go anywhere you want, anytime you want, anyhow. And it says you don't even need to ascend an RSVP. It says jump on. You are on the way to miracles and enchantment. How fabulous. I love these cards. They have like really some kind of like funky, like fun energy to them. I just want to show the people on the show. Well, since Charlie was such a good sport.
Okay, the card I got for you is Change of Mind. Can you see it?
Ooh, that's a nice card.
Yes, Change of Mind. And I'm not really that familiar with the cards, because these cards I normally ignore the book anyway. So what I'm getting for you is that now is a great time where the ideas that you're getting to just act on them. Like the things you're saying, maybe, nah, try them out. You know, a change of mind is a change of energy. It's a change of pace. It awakens new things in you that may have started to fall asleep, or lets you see deeper aspects of yourself. So now's a great time to have a change of mind on certain things.
All right, and then the card I pulled for you was Higher Self Decision. So here's this. It's from Sonia Choquette's Ask Your Guides, because I don't have any super fun money decks, so I probably should invest in one of those. But what this card is telling me is, you know, you can't, for your choices, just like Dia was saying, you know, go try something new. What this is really saying to me is, you know, should I leave? Should I stay? Should I go? You know, life is an endless stream of choices. And so you can't be everything for everyone. So you can't, you know, and trying to be everything for everyone, you're going to fail. Like, that's just a fact of life. If you can't be everything for everyone. So what you need to do is you need to set up some boundaries and say, I have a, you know, I have a previous engagement. No, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. And really put yourself out there and say, you know, I just can't do that. And I really want to say, like, you know, is it for love or money or, you know, whatever the case is, make the decision now, but make it in a way where it's for you, not for anyone else, not for your mom, not for your dad, not for your sister. Make the decision for you.
Wow, nice.
Okay, you put a little heart thing, so that's fabulous. I'm going to take that as a wonderful.
Angel Garcia, is that an oracle deck?
Yeah, Angel Garcia deck.
Should I know who Angel Garcia is? Why does that sound familiar?
Because I'm sure you read a book somewhere about it.
I knew the name. All right. I think he's come on. Has he come on your scope, Debbie? I think either that or I've watched him. That was it. That's how I knew him. The psychic medium. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Oh, and Brave Hog's in the house. Yay. Oh my God, my phone is ringing. Are you serious?
Of course it is.
Of course. It's my daughter, no doubt.
Of course.
And we just went off of, okay, well, that was the end of that scope. Well, that's good. We're almost at the end anyway. They can live with it. It's free. You know.
Right, does anyone else want to jump in and you can get a card from...
Thanks for love.
For me, from Marianne. Oh, Debbie's coming back on, so hold on.
So thank you to Charlie for being such a
Charlie, you're adorable. I just want to say you're adorable. You're a cutie pie, even though we couldn't hear you. And I have chocolate on my face. Okay.
What are you eating cupcakes, girl? Come on.
I'm eating a cupcake before the kids get home.
That's right.
I'm gonna have to share. Oh yay! Diana wants to try real quick. Are you?
You stay. I'm gonna get off.
Oh, do you need to run out, Marion?
No, I just need to call my daughter, but that's okay.
Yeah, Dia said she had to go super quick. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I'll go get my cards.
All right.
Yes, baby.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We get to see Diana live and in person. All right. And maybe Alex, you can come on next because you're here and you're supporting us. So we would like to support you as well. Let's see if she can get on here. Oh, Alex says he'd like to get on too if we can get Diana on.
Okay. Let's try and get her on and we'll see what happens.
Well, if she's on a tablet or her Kindle, I don't know if it'll let her on.
Oh.
Because, well, you know that craziness.
Did you get on or no?
No, it's not working.
I know. Sometimes it depends. You know how Blab is. Just sometimes you can get on, you can't.
All right, Alex, why don't you try to get on?
Yeah.
Alex is from what?
Alex.
Oh, Dan is here! Yay! hope he can get on. Come on, guys. Somebody get on. Somebody
Yes,
get on.
he's gonna be on.
You made it! Oh my God!
Oh man.
We're so excited. How fun.
Oh wow.
All right. Well, I picked out our deck, but I think I'm going to get a different one for you. So maybe you guys can start with him, and I'll go get a different. But if we could get her back on, I'll get the Kuan Yin for her.
Oh, she's not kicked off. Okay, we'll try you again in a minute, Diana.
Hey.
All right. Well, I'm loving playing with.
No, he doesn't want that. No.
So
I'm gonna have to steal a reading from those cards when I come visit you. I'm gonna steal them. Like legit, they're beautiful. So Alex, the first one I got for you is from Sonia Choquette's The Answer is Simple. Once again, unfortunately, I don't have super fun money decks. Like I said, I should probably invest in some. But what I got is Accept Love, and look at that. I mean, just beautiful. Look at that, just pouring down. You know, someone just accepting
that
it.
That reminds me of that Lakshmi energy.
Exactly.
All the coins coming out of her hands. Oh yes, we did get to see that. That's nice.
So what it is what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself is, where am I not feeling love? Where am I rejecting it? What is my ego saying that would make me feel inadequate? Now with that, because we all know Dia's here somewhere in the ethers, and if I said anything derogatory towards the ego, number one, I would be contradicting myself. Number two is, with your ego, what belief do you have that is making you feel inadequate? Okay. So what what belief inside of you is making you feel inadequate? What shadows are dimming the light of love coming towards you? Oh no, we lost Debbie's picture. I don't know where she went.
Oh.
So breathe in and accept light and love from the Creator that you are, and let's chase away the shadows of self-doubt and judgment away. So that's what this card is talking all about. It's talking all about you stepping into your power, stepping into your own loving vibration, and beginning to love yourself in such a way that, you know, you can bring more people into your life. Because I love what RuPaul says. I'm guilty. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Hand it up, because I love it. I love those drag queens. I love when they're like, the library is open. I'm like, what? Yes. So it's time for you to accept love and accept yourself as who you are and who you really want to be. That's what it's time for. It's time to be who you really want to be and accept all of you for who you are. The good, the bad, the ugly. Because if you can't love yourself, how is anyone going to love you?
Well, it's so funny because the card I pulled for him goes absolutely perfect with that. It's called the Heart Way. And then look at that magenta energy. And ding, I just got confirmation again. It says, I love what they write. It's like hilarious. So it says, your heart is as wide open as a dance club on a Saturday night. I'm like, what? Remember the old expression your parents used, I love you to the moon and back. That's how you feel about everyone. Enjoy this blissful state of love, sweet love. More is coming to you. So, and it's also about loving yourself, like loving yourself that much, like your parents, like love you to the moon and back. You know, yeah, it's about loving yourself that much first. And then you can go out partying on Saturday night and go to that dance club.
Okay, so I hardly ever use this deck. I think I used it yesterday for the first time in a while. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. So these are the angel therapy cards. And like I said, I hardly ever use them. So let's see what we get. Okay.
Ooh.
What does that say?
Listen to your intuitive feelings. And look what she's doing.
First of all, I love that she's brown. I love that she's brown. Okay. I love it. Just saying. Okay. So it says your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So if you're saying to yourself, oh, I don't know. No, I don't think so. Or, you know, don't doubt it. Just go with it. Just believe that you are getting those higher messages. So don't blow it off. Don't say, oh, I can't. I don't think that's right, because I don't think I could really tap into that. So if you've been doubting yourself that you can really start to get these like clairvoyant messages or things like that, just roll with it. Just, you know, don't throw it away. Don't be like, oh no, that can't be possible. I'm really not there. Like, I'm not that gifted. All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does.
And
well,
you need to
especially
trust
with your
yourself.
intuition.
That's what, because did you see that could you show the card again real quick?
Oh yes, she's holding her hands.
She's holding her hands over what good old chakra?
Yep.
Her heart. So just going along with everything else that we've been telling you and talking about.
You know, you can't make this up, right?
But,
you can't make the stuff up. You can't have 3 people who are in 3 different places and we're all pulling from 3 different decks, pulling, you know, the same cards, telling you basically the same thing. Oh, Kathy says she loves Alexander's smile.
Thank you.
Oh, Brave Hawk. Quentin's in the house. Hey, Quentin.
Hey. Oh, man.
Oh, Diana wanted to jump on. Diana, do you have... Oh, she just got the chills, Diana said. Diana, do you have Google Chrome? Because that's the only... I had to download it real quick in order to get on, because it wouldn't let me on either.
Well, Alex, the other thing that I have for you, or at least that's coming through for you, is, you know, with the same... That goes along with Debbie's message, is... You know, it's really about just trusting. It's about trusting yourself, trusting your heart, and knowing that you do know what is best for you. It's just a matter of trusting that. Oh, Live Your Balance would like to jump on with us as well.
Oh, and she just got
up. They just got up. It's okay. She just got up.
Okay. Have fun, and thank you. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome. We love you.
She stayed on the scope with us, and now she finally was able to get over to Blab. So,
yay! She was on your scope, right? Oh, he's Xperia 10. Oh yes. My God, I didn't know that was him.
Live Your Balance. There's if you see where it says like there's an open section, just click on the open seat.
Yeah, where it says open seat right here.
There you go.
Right there.
Marika.
Oh, right there.
All right, Marika Gray.
Okay. Let's see if we can.
She said she just woke up, so
it's totally fine.
It's totally fine. We don't care. We don't care. We are low maintenance people here. Yeah, I was just saying, we don't care if you just woke up. We are low maintenance.
Right.
I don't have my eyebrows done. I haven't had my hair done.
Thank you for watching on the scope. So you stuck with
my God. All right. So I messaged Marion earlier. Did you get that message? And I said to her, I'm in Walmart. So I have a choice between getting Magic Mike XXL or getting my eyebrows done. And I don't know if you guys know about Magic Mike and what is it? Channing Tatum is the guy who's in that.
Yes, girl, he is so hot.
Oh my God. And I was like, oh, this is such a difficult choice. Eyebrows and Magic Mike the stripper. I don't even know. Can you make a decision? That's really tough. All right, so I'm going to get a different deck for you, and you guys can go ahead because I want to give her a different deck.
So you actually got 2 cards from me, and I will just give you, you know, the brief little overview. So the first one is Take a Breather. This card is all about. I saw you roll your eyes. You are live on camera, girl. I got you. It is totally fine. Do you know how many eye rolls I get a day? I work at a daycare. I have children roll their eyes at me all day long. So I am used to it. So it's take a breather. It's time for you to take a rest and really start to get your energy back. You've been giving a lot out, and so it's time for you to really start bringing it back. Now, the next card that goes with it is Clean Up Your Mess. And of course, I don't know, it's on my bed somewhere. I can't find it. But it's about clean. Oh, okay. Well, apparently we're hitting something. So, you know, our minds often feel too prideful to say, I'm sorry, or to say, you know, hey, that was my bad. And so what this card is asking you to do is it's asking you to take responsibility and say, okay, you know what? I was in the wrong, and I need to make it right. So it's taking a breather, maybe taking a little break from whatever drama may be going on, whatever problem, getting your energy together, getting what you really want to say, so that way you can start to move forward and really start to clean up the mess in the right way. Like, get your mind right is what they're saying to me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That makes heaps of sense.
Okay,
and
fabulous.
Then I picked a more spiritual card, so that like basically giving your spirit guides an opportunity to give you a message. Okay, so the deck that I'm using is this deck here, Divine Guidance by Shirley Harnish, and this is more about art, so I'm gonna have to look up. But first of all,
ooh, astral travel.
Okay, this is the number 4 card, which I love. The number 4, it's all about finding the balance. But finding the balance of spiritual and day-to-day stuff, which is not easy to do when we're trying to, hustle, raise kids. But it's something that they want you to start working on, is to make sure that you still do your spiritual work. So it says, you have a strong connection with the astral realms. Usually we visit these realms while sleeping, and that is where we meet with our guides, teachers, and even other souls who have moved on from the earth plane. For you, however, this connection is allowing you to connect while you are awake, either when meditating or working with your intuition. This is truly a gift, as the information that you receive here can aid both you and others through life. Spirit is calling you to begin using your gifts in service to others in ways that feel right for you. So
I just did that this morning. I just meditated on that this morning.
Wow. Awesome.
Like,
I love it. You can't make the stuff up. You just can't.
Freaky.
Okay, Kathy. Oh, bye, Kathy. Kathy's got to run. All right.
Oh, bye, Kathy.
You're welcome for your candle. I'll send you an update on your candle tomorrow. Okay.
And bye, Alex. He said he had to go.
Oh, he's going to?
I'm going to pull from the fairy tarot for you.
Okay.
Just there.
And then I actually have to run. I have to go take Brianna to her birthday present.
Right,
so,
right.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, Ron. Oh, gosh, I got too many things. And all fell out at the same time. Hold on. So, Dia, you can pop back in. And then I think we're almost done. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Oh, this great card. 10 of Summer. So 10 of Summer is the 10 of Cups. So this is like a really, once you get all these things that they told you into place and operating, it says an emotionally fulfilling life with family and friends, raising children wisely and people you can trust. So it's really about this sense of community for you, sense of family. And it's not only, just your blood relatives, of course, it's your soul family. So you're really coming into a community where people are very supportive and loving and inviting. So you've found the right place with us too, because we love to support our followers. We care about the people that comment for us. Oh, okay, audio only. That's okay. And so, it's also about creating that sense of love within your home and feeling that group that is just there as a supporting, loving group. So hopefully does that resonate with you, Marika?
Yeah, that's sort of exactly where I'm heading, is the whole balancing my family life and my kids. I got 5, so it's like,
girl, I hear you. I've had 5 recently till my son moved out, my 17-year-old, but I have 8 children altogether. So it's really hard, but you really have to make sure you have to be a little selfish. And I have no problem doing that. That's the one thing I've never had a problem with. I've had a lot of problems with other things in my life, but when it came to making sure that I got my downtime, my 1 hour or 2 hours to myself, that's the one thing I haven't ever had a problem with. And so that's one of the things that you're going to have to do, is make sure that you find, because you're going to burn out. And when you burned out or you're running on low or empty, You know,
And
you're just not going to give 100% to anybody or anything, at least of all yourself, because you're too busy giving to everybody else. The last of what you have, you're giving to everybody else. So you have to be selfish and make that happen. So
Marika, where are you at? Are you in Australia or New Zealand?
Yeah, I'm in Australia. I'm from New Zealand, but I'm in Australia.
Oh, I was going to say, because you look like you're from New Zealand.
Yes.
We're now the New Zealand experts. I mean, thank goodness, we have some wonderful light workers that we've been very privileged to work with. And they are amazing Maori healers and just leaders in their community. And
that's a great idea. Okay, so why don't so one of the things that one of the groups that we work with, one of the councils in the etheric is the Council of the Grandmothers of the Hibiscus Council. So maybe, Mirka, when you go into you do your astral traveling, or when you do your meditations, ask to speak with that council on guiding you on how they can help you with these different things that you're kind of trying to work out, and they'll help you out because they're part of your heritage.
Yeah.
And who's Tallulah? It's Tallulah. Her name is Tallulah, is the woman that the grandmother that I work with on that council. So work with Tallulah.
I'm just going to write this down.
The world is so small, isn't it? Isn't that such a cool thing?
It's incredible. I love it. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I joined YouTube, was that, to meet all these different people from all over the world. It was just like, I don't know, it takes you to a whole nother level, that you couldn't have done before that,
Same as Periscope.
Oh, Yolanda Barnes. Hey, Yolanda, how are you? I wonder if name sounds familiar. Yogi. Hey, all right, good. Very, very cool. All right, girlie. So you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I think we're done. Thank you for watching on Scope and finding us on Blab, and
we're gonna try to do more blabs. At least we're thinking at least once a month. We definitely want to do one for January. For the new year. And we also do events. The reason why we did this one was because we had an event well, actually, we're still keeping it open until tomorrow. But we did this really for our clients. We were offering, it's a 1 hour Skype session, candles you can see behind me. Dia over here, she does a financial chart, and then you get right. Oh, and then you get a 1 hour Skype session with 3 of us at the same time, basically trying to help you break the contracts to, blockages in receiving your prosperity and your abundance. And it always goes in different directions. It could be that you have contracts that you couldn't break on your own from past life, or it could be past lives things. It varies. Everybody's is always different. So anyway, so we're going to be doing another event in January too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that one I'm not sure yet.
And we all do our scopes, so keep watching on Scope too. We're gonna probably do. I think we can. That venue of Periscope is just like, for me is the bomb, because we really get to share with all of you, and have fun. And I think that really affords that for everyone.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Namaste.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for joining. Alrighty, guys. So, wow. Okay. So what I said was going to be like an hour. I said hour max. Of course.
How long have you been on?
Like an hour and 40 minutes.
It didn't seem like it. Let me tell you something. Doing Blab is so much easier than doing a Google Hangout.
It's like a Skype call. It's like no big deal.
So much easier. Wow. Is there any way?
I'm actually recording it, Marika, and it'll be on my YouTube channel, and I'll post on my Facebook, and I'll forward the link so everybody can get it. So Akashic Inspirations or Intuitive Deborah on Facebook, Simply Intuitive on Facebook, Dia and Ori.
Oh, you know what? Let's write our stuff down.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can write things. Yay.
All right. So
actually, on paper.
Everything will be .com, so I'm not going to bother writing all that other stuff. Akashic Inspirations. Oh, might as well plug ourselves. Damn.
And we do private readings, but we all do readings. We all do readings privately. We can do group readings if you like. We'll come up with a special rate for that. We do healings. We do channelings.
Oh, yeah, healings.
Ron and Debbie, they do the light language with the angelic song. What else? Oh, my gosh. You know, it's whatever is needed for you to be able to prosper, come ahead, and have your blockages removed. There we go.
Okay, so this one is Marion, AkashicInspirations.com. This is me, Glammy'sAngels.com or Intuitive Deb. And this is Dia, OrisOasis.com. So there's Dia. Ori's Oasis is up in the corner, in my corner anyway. Marion, Akashic Inspirations is above me. And I am Glammy's Angels, and Ron is Simply Intuitive on Facebook. So let me just do that real quick. Intuitive.
This was also recorded on Periscope, which you can go to catch me with that.
How did it record on? Oh, you recorded it.
I recorded it. Because I recorded it. That's how Marika came over. She was on scope.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought you recorded the right. I was thinking something different. Yeah, and then that's how the other gals came on earlier too.
So, Dia, tell them what you do. Tell them about your charts. Let's plug ourselves. What the hell?
Okay, so the main thing that I do is mediumship and astrology charts. And what I do with astrology is I break them down into 3 different categories. I do wealth one, which if you still want to be a part of this event, we have 1 or 2 slots left. I think it's 1 slot left now. You will get a wealth chart. Oh, 2 slots left. Okay, well, we have 2 slots left where you will get a wealth chart. And it basically breaks down your strongest areas of wealth, what areas that you have that you can harness that will help you better in your wealth. And actually, I give you a little bit of a creative area that you will go in that will actually serve you well in finances. And that's the mini chart. Now, in the bigger chart, the actual wealth chart on there, you get the whole thing about your wealth. I also do relationship charts, but in the relationship charts, I do not compare how you and these 2 people will get along. I specifically hone in on you and how you act in relationships and what your triggers are. I also hone in to see if you are meant to be in relationships, because not everybody's meant to be in one. I look at your chart and see, if you're supposed to have multiple lovers, if you're supposed to be single, if you're supposed to be married, and again, how you act in those relationships. Then I do a personality chart, which is just your overall personality and who you are and how you interact with others just on a regular basis. Also, I give mediumship readings and oracle readings and channelings, but astrology is my main thing. And I also do I call it spiritual intervention, which is basically where I do spiritual work for you, which I did a lot on the back end. A lot of stuff I do on the back end that y'all don't get to see, but which I do spiritual work for you, for you to prosper in your life, whether it be, I don't do much love, but I do some, but mostly I do it in wealth and accepting yourself as the way you are and calling things to you that you need. So that's basically what I do.
And her charts are amazing. Like I would doubt that anybody else's financial chart is like hers, because she touches on some psychological stuff that I don't think a lot of wealth charts would do.
Oh, thank you.
And so,
then Ron, why don't you tell them what you do? And I had everybody's info on here.
Oh, fabulous. So I will just tell you all what I do really quick.
Talk slow.
Okay. I am an Akashic reader. I do healings, I do channelings, I do card readings in conjunction with the Akashic reading, so that way you guys can see the visuals of what I see. I give you messages from your guides, angels, ascended masters, and my healing is a lot different than other people's healings. What I do is I go in the day before you, like let's say you schedule with me on a Tuesday. and you want your reading on, Thursday. So on Wednesday, I will tune into your energy. I will do the healing. And then I will bring you the messages that come from it. And thank you so much, Diana. Diana was actually one of my first clients to have a healing. So it's very different. It's, it is what it is. So that's just a quick thing on what I do.
And I love this. He's been working on me and sending me all his healing energy. And trust me, it works. If I'm going to just give a quick testimony real fast for Ryan about, well, first of all, everybody noticed going through all this, I've had a couple of hiccups. And Ryan's been working with me with this. Actually, all of them have been working on me with this event where my voice has been going in and out. They've been having me with that. I've been tired where I couldn't even get out of bed. They were helping with that. And then a way back, my leg had actually gave out to me to the point it did not work whatsoever. And Glammy was like, let me tell Ryan, let me get him on it. And within 2 days, I was actually walking again. So his healing energy really does work.
Thank you.
He is totally awesome.
All right, Deb.
You're welcome. Thank you. I have both my legs right now.
Yay!
All right, Deb, why don't you plug yours?
Okay. I think everybody on here knows who I am. So I am Intuitive Deborah on Periscope and Twitter. On YouTube, I am Glammy Witch. So a lot of people call me Glammy. And basically, I call myself now an angel intuitive extraordinaire diva connector. So I use my abilities to connect to angels. Baby boo boo. Oh my God, how are you? Oh my gosh, you're so cute. So basically, I use my connection to the angels to give you the answers that you have that plague you on a daily basis, whether it's relationships, or you want to know about your past lives, or you need an angel healing, or you need some angel light language, which is basically like talking in tongues. So that's what I do, and you can find me at intuitivedeb.com.
Okay, and I think you all know, but I am Marianne with Akashic Inspirations, as you're on my channel. Akashic Inspire in Twitter and Scopes. And I started this thanks to Glammy, actually. She's the one that pushed me and gave me the confidence of a free reading she did for me several years ago. And I was able to find my path, which is Akashic readings. And through the Akashics, I do healings. I help you connect to your ascended masters, to star seeds, to past life, future life, multidimensional life. I don't care what.
Future lives is fun.
Yeah. And star seeds are amazing. Those are so interesting, guys. You don't even know how you're going to come up. I work with your energies for healing your chakras and for allowing you to find your truth, right? To find the true message that your soul wants you to know and to give to you so that you can take the information and move forward in your path and your mission. My mission on this earth is to elevate the vibrations so that everybody, and not just some people, but everybody has the opportunity of being ascended as well. And that's my goal. It's a pretty good goal, huh?
Oh, did I tell you, Dia, we worked on you, and we worked on you, all you guys. We worked on everybody. So we got the whole family done. Everybody was good. So just checking. And we set up a breaker, like a breaker switch in your house, so that if anything like that should happen again, the breaker will go off, and you should have some instant help in the house. It should just shut everything down. I asked Ron to set it up. So he set it up so that if it should get overpowered, boom, the switch will go off, the walls go up, and that's it, and nobody's in.
Thank you.
And Dia, actually, what I would like to do with you when you have time, of course, is I really want to take you on that healing meditation that I took Debbie and Marianne on. It was very interesting and very different. So I really want to do that with you. Just whenever you have time, let me know, and we can jump on Skype, and I'll do the meditation with you. Also, you can find me on Periscope at Simply Intuitive. You can find me on Twitter at Simply Intuitive. You can find me on Facebook at Simply Intuitive. I actually branded myself pretty well with all these same names. So yay for me.
You did. You were able to get all the same name, which I cannot believe that other people did not have that. I'm like, really? Like, that's incredible to me. So
Guided.
Awesome. And then Dia, you know what I was gonna ask you to do? We need like each one of us, if you could put like on a PDF, like each of our places where people can find us, so that this way we can kind of hold it up during our periscopes or our blab and things like that, so that we're not we're not writing on paper. Oh, he is so handsome, girl. He's gonna be really cute.
He's gonna be a heartbreaker.
You're gonna have to beat those girls off with the baseball bat.
Yes.
His eyes are so beautiful. They're so expressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right? Look at that. So what a beautiful picture.
Guys, we got 40 people on here.
Wow. And we pretty much covered all of our prosperity and abundance. I mean, we've been almost on for 2 hours talking about.
Well, I was saying, Ron, how much easier this is than Google Hangout. Oh my God. I mean, what a world of difference. The clarity, the pictures are 100 times better than on Google Hangout. I mean, just so much better. There's no comparison.
Yeah,
really.
This was really a lot of fun.
It is. I love this.
It was so much easier. You have everybody right there. I was even able to scope. I didn't even think that was going to be possible to scope at the same time. But that was.
Oh yeah, you can never do that with Google Hangout. Oh, there's no way. You'd be too busy trying to jump back on and adjust this, adjust that, and all that other stuff.
And I would like to give a little testimonial before we leave. I just want to give a testimonial for all three of you ladies. Just super quick. If you are thinking about getting a private reading from any of these ladies, I definitely move heaven and earth to get it done. If you want to know more about your Akashics, like you want to know more about your life path, you want to know more about your purpose here, what you can tune into, what you can do, the ascended masters you're working with, go to Marianne because she is so tapped in. She's like my Michael Jordan. I'm always trying to be like, wait, Marianne, wait, I'm almost to you. And then she like jumps another like 50 level. I'm like, dang it. I'm like, I was this close. And then we have Intuitive Deborah, Miss Glammy Witch down there. Her romance readings are off the charts. Yeah. I mean, she is absolutely phenomenal with her romance readings. Her intuition on romance is just it's phenomenal. It really is. And she can definitely tell you kind of like what your soulmate may look like. Her soulmate readings, oh my God, it's off the chain, it's off the hook. And she does a clearing, like a clearing reading, removing your blockages. Oh my God, that one is so powerful. Get on top of that, like go and do it. I'm telling you, move heaven and earth. And then Dia, I have just now come to Miss Dia, and let me tell you, this woman is phenomenal. Like number one, I got a free like little mini chart. That free mini chart literally like explained my whole life in like five sentences. It was crazy. She explained my life and why I do the things I do, where I'm headed, and like this little all I saw was little lines. I'm like, there's a line there, there's a line there. I don't really know. And she's like, oh, this means that you're in the Saturn energy and you need to get your ass in gear. And I'm like, dang. And then she's giving me card readings as well. Her card readings, amazing. Oh my God. Always, I mean, dead on and just right on the money. These ladies are not just, your average readers. They're really not. They are all at the point of excellence. Their services, their websites are on par with no one else. They
and
are
mine
absolutely.
is thanks to Dia. So I'll just be my website is on point because of her. Because so I can't even take that.
Well, you know what? You go what you can take.
So then I have to do one for Ron. And let me tell you, Marion and I have worked together for 2 years. So it's not easy for somebody to come in and work with us on stuff that we do for people. And there's very few people that we would ask to work with us. And Ron, as soon as he started working with us, he was able to jump in and completely catch up with us in like a day. And I was like, it took us 2 years to get to this point, and he was able to do this in a day. I'm like, oh my God. And so Ron is the fetcher. Like, he can get information like you would not believe. I'd be like, Ron, can you get this? Ron, what about this? Can you try to figure that out? Can you get this piece of information? Can you talk to that person? Ron talks to everybody. He talks to everybody in the etherics. And it's just like, and I always push it because I'm like, next is going to be like, hey, can you talk to Einstein? Like, what's he got to say? But we have actually spoken to people who have passed on.
Well, we talked
like
to
Gimbal. Gimbal was one of the founders of the Gimbal stores in New York City. Okay, and he was on my Wealth and Prosperity Council, and Ron was able to talk to him and give me specific advice on what to do with my business. Okay, so that's Ron, Simply Intuitive, right there. It's crazy.
That's it.
Yeah. Marianne helped me with my anger issues. I want to point that out because everybody knows I have anger issues, and she was actually able to tap into my past lives where a couple of times some things didn't go exactly right, and apparently I carried over those issues into this life. So yeah, I have to give that. And this one over here, oh my goodness, every time I start working with Glammy, the daggone spirits and stuff start coming through.
They get crazy. When we work together, the spirits, it's just like the ringing starts on the Skype session. It's like ding, and then you hear talking, and I mean it's off the hook. You know what? We haven't worked with spirits in months and months and months. So that's definitely something that we have to do. Because I need your help with my mediumship. Because Ron got me to a certain point, and now I think that you'll have to take over and kind of take me from there. So,
okay,
all righty, guys.
All right, Marion's like, I'm done.
She's like, bye.
I'm done. That's it. All right, this is really it. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. All right, Marion, click it off before we say something else.
All right, bye, guys.